Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Conquest here on the Global Conquerors channel. This is episode 5. You know the drill. It's me, your host, SMGFrenzy, joined by my co-host.
Angel or Assassin. Jesus, that sounds so unmotivated. But anyways, we're back with episode 5. We realized, I realized that since we're pumping out this, it seems like views have been a lot more better than the other ones other videos we've been releasing. So it's good that there's people watching. So that's I'm surprised. I wasn't sure if people were gonna be watching it, but it's very refreshing and good to know that we have people watching our stuff and appreciate what we say and what we are listening, what they are listening to when we say
Mhm.
stuff. And yeah, so we appreciate it. Yeah, we thank y'all for tuning in to watching these videos. Um, at least we're trying to get some stuff going out. I mean, daily or weekly, at least for right now, just to get us back and running again. But we appreciate it. Thank you. And here's episode 5. I hope y'all enjoy this one. It's gonna be a little short today, but we're gonna try to make the best out of it. It's been a slow week for the esports world and other stuff around, but we got a good amount of little topics we could talk about. But appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy this episode. Um, let's get it going, brother.
Yeah, exactly. And like Angel said, this episode's going to be a little bit shorter. I know I said the same thing last week, and last week's episode ended up being our second longest episode ever. So, no, there's like almost no news this week, at least like in the general, like esports and general news stuff that we talk about that's not political and stuff. So, we're going to get right into it with our main. We're going to have like an esports gaming news type thing today. For esports wise, Angel just informed me about in Apex esports during I think you said their final. Optic Gaming had one of their players freeze while he was still alive during the match, and
Yeah.
they didn't restart the round.
So if you don't know Apex, I haven't been keeping up with Apex, but I did see it all over my Twitter feed. One of them, Optics members, PC froze and like close to like the end of the game. So I think that's why they didn't do a reset, but I think it's unfair
Hmm.
because and who knows if they would have won that game? Because who knows what could happen? But that's a bunch of what if. But because of that, Optic ended up finishing that land second,
Hmm.
and who knows if that game could have propelled them to get first. So no one knows. He did his PC froze. Um, I guess the league didn't really do anything to help him out or try to like. Uh, Obviously, I don't think they would have reset the game because of how close to the end it was.
Hmm.
But it doesn't give him a fair like um because of the optic finish second. But we don't know if that's the reason because you don't know if they would have died after he this thing.
Yeah.
If his thing, we don't know. But that's pretty much the only thing that I heard. But it was a big controversial deal because Optic did get screwed over in it in the long run because they ended up finishing second. Who knows if that game right there that he didn't crash could have ended up winning them the tournament.
Yeah.
'Cause this was on land, just so we understand. This is on land,
Yeah.
not online land. They were playing out of Saudi Arabia,
Hmm.
I think. And not 100% sure, but I do know because I do watch and keep up with Optic, like their Twitter because I'm trying to keep close with the Optic, the CDL rosters.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep up, but because of it, the only thing that happened in the CDL so far is NFT's released all their rosters.
Hmm.
So the entities know. But other than that, there's not really much news about CDL. That's why.
Okay.
But this is the only thing that major thing in the esports world that happened.
What happened recently? Okay. I know a lot of esports they have rules in regards to like disconnects. Many of them are like if it's farther into the match, there's no replays, no restarts. You just continue on as usual. If it's like during the beginning of the match, like I know Halo does, they'll restart the round right away. I think it's the same for COD and many other shooters. I know Apex and Fortnite, since they are battle royales that go on for a while, I can see why they wouldn't restart the match. At the same time, it does suck. Maybe they should have like a pause system like how League of Legends has, where someone disconnects mid match, you can pause the game until they reconnect. Well, I'm not sure how
Wha-
Apex is built. I haven't
How
followed it
okay?
all.
How's that still not a thing for every other games?
I don't know.
Why
Right?
can't why can't a player reconnect back into the game they were just in?
I don't.
Especially in a custom more than anything.
I don't know. Riot Games seems to be the only game publisher that's able to do that. So you have to ask every other people that make games, every other company, why they can't implement it, but a game that
And
came out
it,
in 2012
what
can.
What's weird is 2019 MW had it.
Yep.
What other game had? There's another game that had it. But the only difference was that you were able to get back into the game. You just didn't have your streaks.
I know in Overwatch, at least Overwatch 1, you could reconnect sometimes. It was a little harder on console, but you could reconnect to your disconnected ranked match sometimes.
But I don't know.
But it's
I
not
don't.
widespread in the esports world. Like, if you disconnect from the current COD, you can't reconnect to that match. Neither can you do in Halo and Fortnite. None of that. Once you're out, you're out. So it's one of those features you would think would be there, but they aren't there. So maybe you just gotta complain more, and that's where the developers will add it to their games next time. But who knows?
I mean, esports isn't that big around those areas and like first-person shooters.
Yeah,
I think that's the reason why. Um, that's all right. I mean, but this is Apex, though. I mean, I would assume Apex would have had a feature like that,
mm,
but it is what it is. At this end of the day, that the tournament's played out. Hopefully, the league could better handle the situation next time,
yeah,
just to have everyone have a fair advantage. And yeah, other than that, I got nothing else to say about the situation. But it was a little, it was a bit controversial and kind of costed the team the tournament.
mm,
Could have, or who knows? Like I said, it could. Who knows? But it did ended up making the team that did crash second, finish second. Um, but
yeah,
esports in the end of the day, you gotta prepare for the worst anytime at any moment.
yeah. Exactly.
Uh,
That
well,
that kind of basically wraps it up for the esports news. Like Angel said, there really isn't too much, so we're gonna kind of merge it with a general gaming news section. Today, well, yesterday actually, last night, there was leaks that Xbox Live Gold was going to go away. Today, we got confirmation from Microsoft that Gold is quote unquote going away. It's not really. They're mostly rebranding it, where Gold is now going to be called Xbox Game Pass Core, which you still get like online multiplayer. You don't get games with Gold, but you do get 25 Game Pass games on there. And it's the same basic Gold. It's the same price, all that stuff. But there's the same thing like the Xbox Live Console Edition is now like Game Pass console, which does not give you online multiplayer. But it's all the general stuff that how it was before, just a complete rebrand to make everything Game Pass. What do you think about this closing era of Gold? But it's not really going away.
no, so for a long time after I think what year, when games became crossplay, I thought Xbox Gold wasn't a thing anymore. Um, because everyone was using. I mean, I'm not even. I don't even renew for Gold anymore. I use Game Pass because it gives me Xbox Live.
Yep.
So that's what I've been using. That's what I use now. I haven't paid for like a 12-year. I did. It's been awesome to last about a 12-year or 12-month Xbox Live Gold.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's good because Game Pass offers you more in the end. You get to play online and play other games that they release
Yep.
that you could test if you want to try out. I mean, um, I kind of expect. I mean, I was expecting this to happen a lot earlier when they released a newer Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, well, how long ago was it? 2 years ago? Two years ago now? A year and a half ago?
It's like 2 years ago or so. Yeah.
So when those consoles came out, I thought they would have already done it or they would have announced it when those out. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, buying Xbox Live at that point was just kind of not useless because Game Pass offered you Xbox Live. You're able to give you more benefits for a cheaper price too. I think I pay 15. I could play almost 3,000 games
Yeah.
off Game Pass and get play online still. So um, I mean, it's technically there, but not there. It's kind of like I guess you could say Game Pass, but not Game Pass.
Well, the way that like it's described, it's literally the same thing as Gold. The only difference is the name has changed, and instead of getting games with Gold, you get 25 different Xbox Game Pass games that you can play. And that's it. The price
But
is
so
the
it's more.
same and everything else.
So so at this point, it's probably more beneficial.
I would say so, yeah.
It's more of an upgrade, but with the same price. So see, look, at this point, Microsoft isn't even chasing money. They would have upped the prices they wanted to, but
Mhm.
They don't. They know that the way to. They realize after a while that making your prices doesn't win you competitions. The way you get competition going is if you got to listen to your fans.
Yeah.
Um, and it took them a while to understand that because how do I say it? Because they weren't. They were just trying to figure out how to make more money and try to be Sony in the race. But at the point when I think Microsoft decided to like, hey, look, how about we just worry about what we have to do correctly,
Hmm.
do it the right way, listen to the people, and then they'll just slowly come back. And you got to think about it. Microsoft does. They are part of the PC. So it's not no console versus P. It's Microsoft versus PlayStation
Yeah.
slash Sony, and it's literally Xbox and PC versus Sony.
Yep.
Think about it. If you think about it closely, what does a computer usually run on, depending on what computer you get?
We mostly have Windows. Follow
Windows,
their
and
operating
Windows
system.
is from Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly.
So it didn't really matter. It doesn't matter. You could tell that Xbox doesn't really care about the console wars anymore. They don't really care about no exclusive stuff anymore.
Hmm.
They just care. I think now they care about their fans because we're about to get into the next topic about old Call of Duty's getting revived.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that point. But at this point, I kind of thought this was Xbox Gold was gone
Hmm.
when they released the newer consoles. But I guess when last night I saw it on my feed and then I think I don't remember if you tweeted it to me. I don't remember.
I
You
probably did.
probably did.
Yeah.
But I did see it on my feed too. So I was like, oh well. I already thought they had got rid of it, but I guess now they are. But it's more like of an upgrade version of it with the same
Yeah.
price, and they're giving more to the consumer for a I guess at this point it's like a steal now, whatever version you get.
It,
So
it works because like if you don't want to spend obviously the money for full Game Pass because it is a bit more pricier than just standard current Xbox Live Gold, you can buy Game Pass Core or like I believe your Gold subscription will roll over by the time they change the name. And you still get exactly what you have with Gold. Now you just have 25 games that are hopefully better than the games of Gold that they were giving beforehand because sometimes they would be good, sometimes they'd be trash. So hopefully it's more of a like I said, it's like a money saving way for people who still want the online experience of games that they can try out, but without breaking the bank.
yeah, because
So
I pay 15 a month for Xbox Game Pass
yeah,
for a month. Think about it. So it's a lot more expensive.
yeah,
For 4 months, I'm already paying 60. Excuse
60,
me. Yeah, 60.
which is
But
already how much. That's how much gold costs in a year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the difference is that you're getting 1,000+ games that you could play
Mm-hmm.
to try out. Thousands, maybe more than there's like a couple three. I think they said it was like 3,000 games that you could play now.
It's a lot, and they're always adding games too.
And oh, and now that we could like try to transition to the next topic. If you have Xbox Game Pass, since now the whole thing that we talked about with Microsoft now getting closer to like fully buying Activision,
Yep.
um, this when Microsoft won the court, I guess the court right here in US. I guess you could say it like that, or how would you say it?
Yeah, they have now been able to
The
settle with the court here in the US and they're able to
okay,
close out on their Activision deal. So if they really wanted to, since like a few days ago, they could have closed out and now Activision would have been fully merged with Microsoft. They're actually waiting to see what the verdict will be on the UK side. That's where they can just all do it in one seamless process instead of having to stagger the whole process. But due to this like finality happening with the Microsoft Activision deal, and for the most part globally, except for the UK, we've seen that Call of Duty, especially all of their older titles.
wait. Before you get into it,
Yeah, go for it.
just know the day that they announced that Microsoft had won the U.S. I guess battle for Activision,
Hmm.
so we could transition to that. What you're about to say.
Yeah.
I think there's a small update on Xbox. I don't think no one noticed it because I think they did it like while live.
Okay.
But every Call of Duty is now older Call of Duties are now on discount on the Xbox Microsoft Store.
Okay.
So I think games they're like at half price now. Like all the older CODs and like the newer ones are now half price on the Microsoft Store
Yeah.
since when they were able to when they won the U.S. side of the battle for Activision.
Yeah.
But go ahead now that you're so I can clear up why it's stuff like that. But go ahead and say you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's two big things with Call of Duty now that this deal is about to be final. One is that all the previous Call of Duty games apparently have been, you could say, restored, like for the hacking situation, mostly cleansed in every title, all the way back to the very first COD title. And the other factor being that Microsoft did clear up with Sony that they have a 10-year deal to continue to release Call of Duty on the PlayStation. That only applies to Call of Duty, does not apply to any other game that's on PlayStation that's owned by Activision Blizzard. So there's a chance that maybe Overwatch disappears from PlayStation or a few other Activision Blizzard games. But regarding the Call of Duty aspect, of course, you being a master of many CODs, I bet this was an exciting thing, of course.
Um, so at first it started off okay. I don't know why, but everything somehow TikTok now is like the news source for everything. But
Mm-hmm.
I saw the day that I'm pretty sure this thing that they were doing with fixing the servers was Microsoft's doing, and they were already in the process of doing it. And I think I think they won the U.S. battle for it. That's when they fixed the servers.
Okay.
So like two days on my Instagram, old school Call of Duty servers are not working, and they're still hackers, but not like insane. Like I got into a lobby with a hacker yesterday, but from the days I've been playing it, I've been in no lobbies that were hackers,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't like no crazy stuff like out of this world like holy crap he's flying he's destroying it like he just I mean he went to God mode, but you could still kill him by shooting him headshots. So he had headshots only on for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it wasn't like. But anyways, the thing about it is you could hop onto any card. You'll find a lobby faster than you do on the newer cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed you.
Mm-hmm.
It literally took like 2 seconds to get me into a lobby, and I opened three games in front of you,
Yeah.
and they were full. Like no, they lit up fast. I mean, like this is probably like the most fun I've had in a while of playing COD.
Mm-hmm.
The revival of the old ones. It brought back nostalgia, dude. I was like happy when I was playing them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy to think that they got, which I didn't know was possible. They were doing. I didn't know that they were doing this. I didn't know they thought playing the old, like fixing the old ones would rejuvenate the COD community, but it did.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of people playing the old school CODs now. Not many people playing the new ones unless you're playing the Battle Royale Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing it. I've been playing MW3, Black Ops 2. What's the other one? MW2, MW3, and then we're gonna be playing Black Ops 1 sometime this week. Not
Okay.
sure yet, but yeah, those are games from like almost 10, 15 years ago, and they're
Yep.
being played in 2023. And
Thousands of people on them. The
there's a
world map that they have is like
there's
lit up.
a lot of people. Think about it. 10,000 people are on a game that's like almost 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you don't really see on a game that's 10 years old. When I played it like 4 months ago, there's about at least 50 people playing it when I was on Black Ops 2. Now there's like a couple thousand,
Mm-hmm.
10,000. I think there was like the most I saw yesterday on Black Ops 2 was 15,000. There's about 75,000 playing MW3.
Wow.
There's about 65,000 playing MW2.
Mm-hmm.
And I have yet to see how many people are playing Black Ops 1. But there's a lot of people playing those cards right now. And so Microsoft, if you are the doing, which I think you are, we appreciate you. This is probably like the best thing that could have happened to the COD community.
Mm-hmm.
The games feel refreshing again. It feels like you're back in your childhood, depending on the people who play COD. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've been having so much fun playing. Think about it. So I have a PC.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know how I went from not touching it. Now I'm touching my Xbox. When I got my PC, I had probably touched my Xbox, used my Xbox maybe a total of like I don't know, like 10 times since I got it.
Yeah.
And because of now, haven't been on my computer. I think I've been like 2 days since I've been on my computer,
Yeah.
and I've been on my Xbox. I'm on my Xbox right now. Like I have it on. But we're playing Halo, so
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Exactly.
But no, COD, how it is, I was mind boggled when I saw that I was able to get into a server within a second versus 2-3 minutes on the new ones.
Yeah.
So it's very refreshing. It's very nice. Because I've half of the people I'm playing with are like people that are like I met from like a year ago, a year and a half ago,
Hmm.
and we're playing these old school CODs, and we start talking about how nostalgia felt, like how good it feels to play these old CODs. You're not dying in 0.3 seconds. No crazy perks, nothing. It's
Mm.
just classic Call of Duty. You're playing on that. What is it? Is it 60 or 80 FOV on 360?
Oh,
60, right?
FOV on 360. It's
Not
30.
FOV. No, no, no. Is it 30?
It's 30. FOV is 30 360. You're zoomed
Okay.
in a lot.
So yeah, that's what we're playing old school COD. Yeah, you might feel muddy, but you kind of and it's funny because we were talking like, damn, this is how we played COD.
Mhm.
Back then it used to feel fast. Now this thing feels sluggish. You feel slow,
Yeah.
but the gun feels good. The game feels good. There's not that many. I mean, I haven't ran into, like I said, no hackers the
Okay.
last 3-4 days playing it. Besides yesterday, but it wasn't like any insane. Because after that, we're fine. Good lobbies, nothing. There's no crashes. No one lagged out. It was pretty good, man. COD is. I can't believe they did something like this. This is like who. I thought we would never. There was no point of fixing the old games, right? What was their intention to fix it? Like what's the purpose?
I mean, COD, like Halo, which has a similar system with the MCC, you have a huge community that's built on playing these old games. So why not still monetize them and let the community play it? So it makes sense to me. People still buy these games. People still play them. They still buy cosmetics from them too. Activision still makes money from it.
And you're telling me Sony couldn't do this?
I guess not.
They didn't really care about. This is how you know Microsoft doesn't care about money anymore. The money on like trying to make this stuff bigger. They fix games that are almost 15 to 10 plus years old that have no purpose of being fixed. And there we are. A lot of people are playing old school CODs. And when I told you about it, you were even surprised that I told you this.
Hmm.
Like, dude, I, I haven't felt so like had this much fun since back when these games first came out. Now it's just well, it's insane that they did this. They had no reason to.
Hmm.
Um, Dude, I'm not tearing up. I just have something in my eye.
Sure, sure.
No, dude, it was great. Microsoft had no reason to do this, but I'm pretty sure Microsoft. There's no other way. Because if it was Sony, they would have done this a long time ago, or they would have. But I'm pretty sure it was Microsoft when they got that option of, and then I think they were just facing it. They were already they were already planning to do it. I'm pretty sure, and then they just released it once they won the U.S. battle for it.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it's pretty nostalgic. If you are a Call of Duty player from back in the day or want to feel nostalgia, pick up any version of the CODs you want. You could play the World at War COD, the ones that had multiplayer. Just go from there.
Yep.
And they all have servers running. You might get into a lobby with hackers, but it's rare. But from how it seems, it looks like you see it and you see a bunch of fresh new accounts on there.
Hmm.
Like you see a bunch of new accounts, probably like you have the old heads in there still.
Yep.
You could tell who played a long time ago.
Hmm.
Um, but man, pick if you want to play COD from the old days. 'Cause go ahead, go play your favorite one because you can play it. It's playable. Man, you'll never feel that you'll have that same feeling you had back when you first played the game the first time.
Hmm.
Man, it's great. I haven't had this much fun. I think it's something what the COD community wanted, and the COD community is very strong.
Hmm.
And this this just proves that Microsoft does want to make change to the COD community. Because I mean, dude, who think about it. Let's just say 343 decided to go back and fix all the other Halos, like Halo 3, Halo 2, Reach, and they fixed their games, rebuilding the pop, like making the games playable again.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because that's kind of what happened a few days ago after what happened to COD. Because now there's like almost 10,000 people playing MCC, which has all the Halo games but Halo 5 and Infinite. So Microsoft's clearly doing something right, you know, and it's really
So
good for the gaming community at the current moment. So we'll just have to wait and see how they progress with COD, especially as it's going to be under their banner fully in a few years.
do you think now that Microsoft is running COD, do you think COD has a chance to be bigger than what is now?
Bigger, yes. I do think
Like,
it has a
okay,
limit
let me rephrase
as a
that.
console shooter
Let me
still.
rephrase it.
Go for it.
How about would this Microsoft acquiring Activision help the esports side of those two, Overwatch and COD?
Overwatch, I can see it because Overwatch has broad international appeal. COD still has to shake that American West Europe side of it because it's still mostly a US game with a slight sprinkle of European players. While Overwatch is like huge in China, huge in Korea, huge in Australia, huge in America. It's big everywhere. So
But
esports,
but do you see it? Let's just say because of this helps them get into the international, like help the CDL grow more and help it expand into the European side.
I think I can't comment on this until we see if Microsoft even keeps the CDL. Do they keep the CDL? Do they go back to a non-franchise league? We don't know. It's the same with Overwatch. Before,
Wherever they go, if they go back to a non-franchise league, um, we'll be able to see the old school what Halo's doing with the pro pool play, the losers, stuff like that. So we'll be able to get that old school tournament style COD. That means, and that would mean great things for like up and coming amateurs that could play in the what would it, no, there wasn't the amateur tournament to top four teams that make it out of there will get a spot in the pool play, meaning players will get more eyes looked on, maybe get a chance to play on one of these top teams now.
mhm.
That's what what could be good for COD. Besides just keeping a franchising, it's not meant for most leagues. I didn't really like it. I liked how old school COD's esports worked.
Mhm.
You get, I think it's like four brackets, three pro teams are in it, and then one team from the open tournament bracket. The top four make it out, and they get put into one of those pools to compete against those and get those new faces out.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we'll
Well,
see.
we'll just have to wait
We'll
and
see.
see as it continues. But I think that's the end for the esports gaming side. As we transition to general news, you called me not too long ago talking about your eyes hurting and the sky looking a bit weird, and I'm like, huh. I guess you haven't heard. And most of you in the United States today and Canada know there's still the ongoing Canadian wildfires, and they've reached pretty deep far in the south again. A lot of the country has air quality warnings, code orange, code red. I know here in Georgia, I think we're in a code orange. It's like pretty. It's not the worst. Like when I was in New York, it was really bad. Here, it's not the worst, but it could be worse. It's still bad if you're like susceptible to like different particles in the air, and anybody in general, just not like people who have like certain disabilities or whatnot. Just in general, limit your time outside as the wildfire smoke travels by. Wear a mask if you need to. Air purifier if you don't have one. Great time to get one. But just be careful being outside. It's very smoky out there, depending where you're at. It's also summer. Don't be burning stuff in the middle of summer. It's pretty bad idea because that can cause wildfires, as we all know. We all want to
And I
breathe
thought I thought I
clean
was
air.
going blind, dude. I thought I was going. I couldn't like, dude. No way. So I called the expertise, Mokhtar.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, dude, what's up with this guy? Am I blind or just?
No, you're not crazy. It's a little bit of a weird day today. It's been going on for 2 months now because it's like one of the worst wildfires Canada's ever had. So, and this summer's also been really, really hot. It's like 92, 93 today. It's been consistent 90s for like 3 weeks now here in the south. It's a lot. It's a very, very hot
Yeah,
and unusual
from from
summer.
from someone who works outside, luckily, work has been really slow. But every time we do work out, it gets to like at least 89 to 93 here. So
Drink plenty of water. Stay cool when you can. Take a
drink
break when you can.
agua, drink your
Exactly.
water, drink your vitamins.
Or eat your
Follow the
vitamins. Some people eat their vitamins. But some other general news. You've probably heard about the strike going on in Hollywood. It started off with the writers' strike, where many Hollywood companies had their writers both in different positions, like, well, clearly strike due to varying factors. With the main one being like unfairly treated, like compensation, a bunch of stuff like that, because Hollywood executives make a lot of money for things that they don't even work on, while the writers who do work on like writing scripts for movies, TV, whatnot, they're getting paid unfairly. Recently, actors have now joined the writer's strike. Some big name actors, which is what people are focusing on. But I feel like you should just focus on the general people that you don't really hear about, that you see at the end credits of when you watch a movie or something. Those people, if they didn't exist, you wouldn't have the content that you consume. You know. So it's a big deal going on. It might cripple Hollywood. We've heard some pretty nasty stuff from Hollywood executives saying that we're just gonna wait out the strike until the strikers go homeless, which is really bad.
Wouldn't that affect them too?
It would, but they're like, okay, we're just gonna downsize our Hollywood industries and hire people who will work for us while we pay them dirt cheap. And then there's also the thing: many Hollywood executives and their companies are trying to purchase the appearance of actors so they can use them in AI and recreate them as an AI figure, and then not have to pay the actor to act for them again. So you can have like Tom Cruise acting in a movie without it actually being Tom Cruise. And the real Tom Cruise doesn't make money. His AI works for free.
Sooner or later, we'll get there in the Hollywood road. We're getting there. We're already trying to get there,
Hmm.
especially in the heart of the Star Wars shows and movies, according to what you told me.
I know
So
that it's starting to get a little, not a little, it's starting to get scary out there, and I hope that the strikers win, obviously,
I do too. Those are
but
the ones that make the things roll. Make what you consume. I guess what you go there for. You go to watch those actors perform in those movies written by those writers, not what the fucking executive people are doing. They're just there putting their label on, and that's it.
yep. We'll have to see because Hollywood, the executive team, they want to hold out till they win. I hope they lose, but we'll just have to wait and see how this develops.
And you want to
Um,
know something? Go watch Tom Holland's couple of recent interviews about how the industry is scary and corrupt, and I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
no, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it was called though. And no, not the other Tom Holland thing. This is him talking about the industry.
Oh my god! He was talking about the industry now. It's a scary place, and it's he wants to be an actor, but try to live a normal life.
Yeah,
But that's hard when you're kind of your goal. You are making your, I guess, your life public when you do stuff like these.
yeah.
But yeah, Tom Holland's probably one of the guys up there now because he's one of the big actors at the current moment.
Hmm.
And, yeah.
Yeah. I think the next topic that we're going to talk about, this might hit a little close to you. Um, how often do you drink or eat things that have like substitutes for sugar? What do you say?
Uh, okay, I don't know. Well, we're gonna give me some examples. I can't think of.
Like Coke Zero, Gatorade that has like zero sugar, all like
Oh
stuff
no,
like that.
I don't drink soda at all anymore. I told you about this. Remember, I told you I
Hmm.
going a year without drinking soda. And
Mhm.
at this point, I'm almost what half 7 months in. I haven't drank a soda.
Yeah.
Uh, Gatorade Zero, I'll drink it here and there, but not really. Don't really
Mhm.
like it. Um, okay, what else? What else? You got
Anything
anything
that
else?
has like fake sugar.
Have I had anything like that, or are you asking me
Just
about
in
anything?
just in general.
Yeah, pretty much. Almost most foods that you eat have that fake sugar,
Well, the reason I
right?
ask is not some foods. It depends. Lots of processed foods, like if it's like usually a sugar treat, they'll make like the zero sugar addition or whatnot. But recently the World Health Organization was saying that aspartame, which is what's used many times for like fake sugar, like in like Zevias or stuff like that, they're saying that it is a potential like item that can enhance the risk of cancer in people. So some countries are looking to ban it, some countries are ignoring it. The United States, I think, recently was like, no, we're ignoring it. But some countries are looking, especially in Europe, are looking to ban it. What's your thoughts?
So they're in the process of banning fake sugar or fake like drinks like Coke Zero,
Well,
Coke
some countries are
Gatorade.
looking to ban the use of it in drinks like that, while the
So
U.S. says that it's not a cause or a risk of enhancing cancer in people.
okay, so what do you think? What do you think?
This has been one of those things that people have been talking about forever. I mean, when you look at like items that are like replacements for the originals, they tend to have a lot of stuff added. Like I would
Dude,
rather drink a
okay.
normal Coke over a Coke Zero. I would rather drink a normal Gatorade over their whatever their low calorie version is.
Anything that's has zero on it is doesn't there's no point, bro. What's the point?
Mm.
To me, okay, this might sound for gays or like weird, but I think that like the diet stuff tastes way more sweeter than the regular one.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes way more sweeter because they're trying to implement that taste of it, but I feel like they're just adding more sugar or like a different fake sugar, like a fake sugar, I guess you could say. They're
Mm-hmm.
adding more of it.
That's
So
it's interesting. I think in the end, especially if you're trying to diet and still buying these drinks, you're kind of
not doing much for
not
yourself,
doing what you
brother.
think
You're
you
not
should.
doing much for yourself, brother. Just drink water, bro.
Drink water. There's lots of ways you can do it. There's
Drink tea,
tea.
coffee.
There's natural flavor packs that you can put in your water that still gives them taste without it like compromising your health. Like if you're
Drink,
trying to be healthy but you still want to
drinking.
drink, yeah, there you go. You still like want to drink like a sugary drink. There's so many alternatives that you can have. You can put like drops of lemon in your water. Like I said, there's flavor packs. There's actual like low calorie versions where they're still using like the normal stuff but putting less amounts in it, or just cut it entirely. There are ways to live healthy. We do know that. They just make it harder to do so. You could say.
The US don't care. They don't care about people's health.
We do have one of the highest rates of obesity in the world, so there's that.
Yep.
But
All right.
yeah. Also, I guess since we're going to transition to our sports segment, yesterday, Sunday, we had the Gold Cup finals.
Didn't watch
Mexico
it. Didn't watch it. Didn't care.
didn't watch it.
I kind of expected Mexico to win.
Well, it was
Um,
really close. It was Mexico versus Panama. Mexico scored towards the very end. Panama fought real hard, but Mexico fought a little bit harder. It was a good game. I think you should have watched it. It was very hype. But at the same time, during the game down in Miami, Messi got his welcome to Inter Miami with his good friend, also from that he played with for a while. I think his name was Sergio.
Busquets,
Yeah.
Barcelona midfielder legend. It just got he announced that he will be signing with them yesterday when Messi made his debut.
Hmm.
Um, Kind of knew this was happening. This was rumored a while ago when Messi was originally. Well, he agreed to join them. He had yet to sign with them when
Hmm.
he until he got here last week. But he agreed to terms with them. Like he agreed that he would go there. And then when Sergio Busquets announced that he was leaving, they kind of just put two and two together.
Mhm.
So I guess these players will help Inter Miami. I don't know how. That team is in the bottom of the barrel right now.
Yeah.
But if Messi comes out and plays like World Cup Messi, and they Cabbage, okay. The thing is, two players are not going to make a difference yet. They need to get more players before we start saying something. They'll start winning games. I think they'll start winning games.
Okay.
But they're not gonna. They probably won't finish last.
Okay.
It just depends on how Messi wants to take this bit of the season.
Hmm.
Because he joined like pretty much towards the end of it.
Yeah, he joined pretty late for the MLS season.
Because when does ends? I don't know when that MLS season. Let me see. You go ahead
Yeah,
and talk.
while you look for that, I mean, what we do know, regardless if Inter Miami improve or not with Messi on the team, Inter Miami's fan base has tripled since the announcement. Fans from all over the MLS are now like abandoning their home regional teams and are now supporting Miami due to the fact that Messi is there. He's that much of a star power, one of the most famous people on the planet, regardless of sports or whatever profession you're in. He's just one of the most famous people on the planet. You have Miami fans now here in Georgia that used to support Atlanta United now that are going to be rooting for Messi when they play here in the Benz, which is kind of crazy. It's going to be
okay.
a big deal in the MLS.
MLS teams play a total of 34 games.
Mm-hmm.
They play 17 home games, 17 away games. All clubs Eastern will play in their. They'll play their opponents 2 games each.
Yeah.
They'll play 6 cross conference opponents one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are now at the. There has been a total of 24 games played. So there's 10 games left in the season.
Okay.
And then they have whatever the terms are. But since a total of 10 weeks left, so we got. Um, so the season will end in September, and then the playoffs will start, and the playoffs are like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So end around November, and then December, January, February, March. It'll be a 4 month off season, and they'll get back into the season in like around March.
Okay. That's
Good.
pretty interesting.
Good. Yeah. So he'll join kind of towards the end of the season, but he's not. I don't think he's not. He won't even start playing. He's not going to play until this Saturday, Sunday, or
Yeah.
Saturday, or when was it 21st?
21st is
No.
Friday.
No, wait. When did he play the? No, hold up.
If it's the
His
21st,
first game.
it's this Friday.
No, was it Inter Miami versus? That's when Messi makes his debut. It's either the 26th.
26th, and that would be
July
next Wednesday.
21st.
21st, so it's this Friday. He plays his first game. Well, I'll be getting to watch. That's for sure. Who are they playing against?
Cruz Azul, and then they play Atlanta United on the 25th.
Okay. Yeah, definitely got to watch those 2 games then. Should be fun. I think also this week in MLS news before we wrap it up for today. This Wednesday we have the MLS All Stars versus Arsenal. Who do you got?
Bro, I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't even know what the MLS lineup looks like.
The roster?
Is there like even a roster MLS versus?
Yeah, we got Christian Benteke from DC United. Dennis, I don't know how to say his last name. Buanga from the Los Angeles LAFC. Christian Espinoza from San Jose Earthquakes. Jesus Ferreira from SC Dallas. Giorgio, number 7 for Atlanta United. I don't know how to say his last name. K.
7 from
Yeah,
Atlanta United.
Yeah.
Oh, the Greek god.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. K. Kamara from Chicago Fire. Jordan Morris from Seattle Sounders. Luciana Acosta, FC Cincinnati. Thiago Almada, everyone knows, Atlanta United.
Nope.
Yeah.
The best player on Orlando United.
Matthew Chouanile from Montreal. Carlos Gil from New England Revolution. Hector Herrera from Houston Dynamo. Jose Martinez from Philadelphia Union. Aiden Morris, Columbus Crew. Hani Mukhtar, not me, from Nashville SC. Ricky Puig from LA Galaxy. Lucas Zella Rayan from Columbus Crew. Alvaro Barriel from FC Cincinnati. John Gallagher, Austin
Wayne
FC.
Rooney is there a head coach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jacob Glens from Philadelphia Union. Ryan Hollingshead from LAFC. Matt Miazga from FC Cincinnati. Tim Parker, St. Louis SC. God, there's so many players. John Tolkien, New England Red Bulls. Walker Zimmerman, Nashville FC. Goalkeeper Roman Berkey, St. Louis SC. And like the coach, Wayne Rooney, DC United. So we got 2 players from Atlanta, 1 from Austin, 1 from Chicago, 3 from Cincinnati, 2 from Columbus, 2 DC, 1 Dallas, 1 Houston, 1 LA Galaxy, 2 LAFC, 1 Montreal, 2 Nashville, 2
Oh, July 19th. Okay.
Yeah. 2 Nashville, 2 New England, 1 New York Red Bulls, 2 Philly Union, 1 San Jose, 1 Seattle Sounders, and 2 St. Louis against Arsenal. Should be a fun game. They're playing at Audi Field in Washington. So
I have no comment.
I don't know how this game's gonna go. It's just gonna be a game to watch, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
These rosters are kind of weird sometimes.
I'm rooting for the MLS, but
yeah.
Because I have two players from my team playing in it.
Yep.
So but I don't know. Will I be watching it? Probably. I probably will watch it.
Yeah.
Should
be a fun game, but I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up for this week.
Really not much. We tried to extend it as much as we could.
Yep, we're at a good length. We're at like 47 minutes right now, so it's pretty good. But yeah, slow week. It's what's gonna happen on slow weeks. We still covered what we could. Episode 5. We'll see you back in episode 6 next week. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for been watching. Honestly, we didn't expect this response from you guys, so we do appreciate, like Angel said at the beginning, quite a bit. Socials, like we said, all down below. I'm not gonna list all of them anymore. They're all down below. But
we're getting there, more professionalized.
Exactly. But
so links to every socials will be in the comments down below.
Yep.
Subscribe if you're new, if you're watching. If you haven't watched and you're new, and this is the first episode, you should go back and watch the other ones.
Yep.
Just to get understanding about this whole situation with the org coming back. That's gonna be in episode 1.
Yep.
Other weeks we talk about. You just gotta go back and watch.
Yeah.
But we appreciate it. Like I said, subscribe if you're new, first time watching. Appreciate it. Comment anything you want us to talk about. We'll bring it up. Mm-hmm. Probably have like once more people start like commenting, we'll probably have like a comment reading towards the end of the videos. But exactly. we'll get there once we start improving more. Yep. Like if you enjoyed this episode, turn on the notification bells because we are starting to post, I guess, weekly now.
Yep.
Just to get stuff going. And appreciate the love from the people that are new and people that are here that came back when we brought the org back. So appreciate it. Mm-hmm. We've been doing great, better than I expected compared to like the original ones we did. So we're getting there. But yeah, like I said, appreciate y'all.
Exactly. Thanks guys for watching. Bye bye.